Alright, hey everyone, how's it going? So, time for part 5 this is? Yeah, we're continuing the game collection video. Sorry if you hear stuff in the background, my window is open. Here, you can see the glare in my TV. Yeah, so, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Anyway, yeah, we're going to continue with this game collection video. This is all my Xbox 360 stuff, and you may have noticed that over here, I actually brought my PS3 over. But look at those particle effects. You see those? That's amazing. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, I brought my PS3 over here. Because I'm getting the PS4 and I need some more space in my other room. And it was just so much easier to bring it over here. I didn't really know I had this many games. I'm going to show you guys in a bit. After I'm going to go through my whole desk like I did last time. But, yeah, I have a lot of games. And I didn't really, you know, when you're viewing stuff in a different perspective and you change that perspective and view it in a different way, it kind of, you know, it kind of looks different almost. So I had all my games, you know, stacked, as you saw in part 1, I believe. All my games stacked on top of each other in 3 rows. And, you know, it looked like I had a lot of games, but it didn't look like I had that many. And I put them all in my drawer, which I'm going to show you guys in a bit. And I didn't realize that it was like that many, but it's a lot. So, alright, I'm going to show you guys my whole desk area. This is where I play games, pretty much, yeah. My towel over there, I keep this open so I can talk to people on Skype while I'm playing games. This is my TV. It's a 32-inch Sony Bravia 1080p TV. I did an unboxing video of this, I believe, or a new setup video or something like that. But I bought this back in 2011 for it wasn't a good price. It was like $550 for a 32-inch, and I kind of regret it because if I waited a week longer, I could have got like a cheaper. No, I think it was like a $50 or $100 more. But it had a higher refresh rate and just an overall better pixel ratio. So I should have waited, but you know, I was much younger and I was like, just give it to me now, kind of. But yeah, this is the TV I use. I'll probably upgrade this TV 3 years or so. I think every 5 years to get a new TV seems like a good thing. But anyway, yeah. This is my keyboard. This is my old computer. This is what I used to render videos in. Sorry for the glare, guys. It's an HP. As you can see, it originally had Windows Vista, and I upgraded to Windows 8.1. Yeah, it's a dual-core processor, which isn't that good for rendering videos. Like, rendering a half-an-hour video takes about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. It's a long time, so that's why I don't really pump out a lot of videos. When I do, it kind of takes a while. Like, when I do, like, an hour gameplay, it takes like literally 4 or 5, sometimes even 6 hours to render a single video like that. So eventually, one time, maybe when I build a new computer, I'll bring my old one over here. But yeah, it's a quad-core processor is needed if you're doing YouTube. Excuse me. And yeah, this is pretty much all my stuff here. Xbox controller. This is the remote for the ceiling fan. Here's my glasses. These are the Gunner glasses, which I rarely use. I use those sometimes. Like, if my eyes start really hurting, I'll use them. Keys, headphones. Here's my capture card, the AverMedia Game Capture HD. I'm going to be upgrading to the HD2. I'm going to see if I can upgrade around Christmas time, because the only problem with this one is that it's only component output. And, you know, the new consoles are only HDMI, so I'm going to see if I can upgrade to the HD Game Capture 2, and, because that does have HDMI, and it also has component. And a good thing about the HD, the reason I like this capture card is because you do not need to plug it into a TV. Like, you see my flash drive here? It just saves the raw video to the flash drive, so once I'm done recording, I take it out, put it in my computer, and then I just drag and drop the video over. Some random statue. Forgot what it's called, some valuable statue. Yeah, here are my consoles. Originally it was just Xbox 360 here. I had some miscellaneous stuff. And up here were like a whole row of all my games, but I changed that now. Because I switched my PS3 over. So I have my PS3 right here, my Xbox 360 right here. The Xbox One is going to go here when I do get it. Over here, I don't know whether I should keep the PS3 in or the Xbox 360 in. I'll probably have the Xbox 360 in first. The reason behind that is because Grand Theft Auto 5, you know, like I haven't had a chance to play Grand Theft Auto Online yet, and I'm gonna want to play it all throughout this winter, you know, and I want to be able to have easy access. Not, oh, I want to play Grand Theft Auto, I'm gonna have to go get my console again. So I'll probably keep the Xbox 360 hooked up next to it, and then just switch off between that and the PS3. But that's over there. Over here is paper for the printer. Paper. Here's some like if I buy a game or something, like, or really when I bought used games, I used to buy used games. They would give you the case, but they wouldn't give you like the cover for the case. So I bought this cool printer. It's like this hard, you know, thick type of paper, and you just print the game case on it and cut it appropriately for, you know, whether it's the PS3 case or the Xbox 360 case, and you print it out and you fold it in the game case, and it looks fine. One of the games on Xbox 360 I'm going to show you, actually I actually did that for. So here's my mic I record with. This is the what is it, the Blue Yeti, the Blue Yeti mic, right? But I think I had a better name to it. The Blue Yeti something mic, alright? It's a Blue Yeti mic. I bought this at Best Buy for $50 because they're idiots and they incorrectly marked down the this microphone. It's originally like, I think, $120 or whatever. I walked into Best Buy, I see like 3 of them stacked there for $50, and they tried to charge me like $120 for it, right? And I'm like, no, it said $50. So they had like the manager come over, and they you know, they legally have to sell you whatever the product is priced for, even if it's like, you know, a mistake or whatever. So I got that for $50. It's an amazing mic. Here's my James Bond Blu-ray collection, all the James Bonds on Blu-ray. I'm in the process of watching them all. I've seen, you know, obviously, I've seen all the Daniel Craigs, all the Pierce Brosnans. I watched already all the Sean Connerys. I think right now I'm on Roger Moore, if I'm not mistaken. I may or may not be. Here are my strategy guides. We got the, well, first of all, I have my controller here, but we have the Grand Theft Auto 5 Limited Edition Strategy Guide, the BioShock Infinite Limited Edition Strategy Guide. Under that is the Fallout New Vegas strategy guide, the Limited Edition Strategy Guide, and then the Tomb Raider Legend Strategy Guide, which I had for years. Over here is like the statues and all the collector's edition crap and stuff I have. We have all my lithographs and posters. Pretty cool. Pretty sweet, huh? Here's the Handyman figurine from BioShock Infinite's Collector's Edition and the art book. Here is the limited edition Columbia statue that I bought from the Irrational Games website. There's only 1,000 of these in the world, and they're actually numbered. If you look on the bottom here, see mine's number 10. So there's only 1,000 of them in the world. It's a beautiful statue, it really is. So it's pretty sweet. I like the way it looks. I think it was like I think it was $100. It wasn't really that expensive at all. So, but they didn't really sell that well, as far as I know, because I think a lot of people, what they did is they bought like the big $160 edition strategy guide from like GameStop and all those places. I'm sorry, the $160 collector's edition for BioShock Infinite. And they like spent so much money on the game itself that they didn't have time to go and buy like a statue like this. But I got the premium edition, and I figured, hey, I want to get this cool statue for it, and it's pretty sweet. Halo Reaches, limited edition crap and stuff. I just have nowhere to put this, and I just figured, why not here? Over here is the Remember Me comic book, which I actually read through. It's like a prologue to the story. And then the Tomb Raider Collector's Edition, the box, or the tin, and then the figurine right here. So, I also have the Grand Theft Auto 5 box up there, which is pretty cool. Over here is a cool little place. This is where all my old consoles are. Here, I'll open this. It's pretty cool. So we have the original Xbox 360. This is the 60 gigabyte. This was mine. I used it a lot until it went Red Ring of Death, and I had to buy this new Slim. So, but yeah, it's broken. That's cool. The PS2, the original PlayStation 2 model. So the fat one, which is pretty cool. Under that is the PSP, my original PSP 1000 series, which still works today. The PS2 and the PSP still work today. Here's my old PlayStation 3, the 80GB model, which I show you guys the box for in the previous parts of this game collection video. But yeah, this one got the yellow light of death. I think that's what it's called, the yellow light of death. And yeah, it's kind of useless, but it looks cool, right? It looks cool. Looks like a cool machine, and that's why I had to go buy the slim model over there. This is my original PlayStation 1 with the the original model, not the redone slim thing. It still works to this day. It really does. I just don't have really any games for it to test it out, but it's cool. Stays right here. And then this is the Nintendo 64. This was my first game console ever. This is the gold edition. I do have another one that's in black at the other house, so that's pretty cool. And this one still works today as well. So that is pretty much that. And then we got printers and stuff over here, awards, Hello Kitty, Hello Kitty calculator. Everyone asks about it. When do you have Hello Kitty calculator? It's not mine. It's not mine. And then the router and stuff. My internet connection here is 30 down and I think 3 up. I'm not 3 or 4 up, but that's my internet connection here. The modem and the router. Yeah, this printer needs to go. This is our old printer broke, and my stepfather just brought this in from his warehouse. This thing is just, it's taking up too much space. It's supposed to be like an industrial kind of printer, but we need to get like a good wireless printer for this house. The one at my house actually has its own email address, so you send a document to the email address and it prints it out. It's pretty cool, but yeah, we need to get a new printer for that. All right, now we can get on to the games. I'm going to show you guys. Last night I spent 2.5 hours literally disconnecting everything you see here and fishing wires under the ground and stuff like that. I mean, it's just, I spent a lot of time. I was like sweating like crazy last night. This is what I did. Yeah, this is my new, my temporary place for games. We already went through all the PS3 one. I organized these all in alphabetical order, so now I'm like everyone else. Pretty cool, but yeah, this is pretty intense, right? The Deus Ex Augmented Edition is, I have nowhere to put this. Like, it's literally too big for like everything, so I just have to like keep this up here floating around. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty insane, right? It's pretty insane. Let's go through the Xbox 360 games now. So, I accidentally just pressed the recording button, so that's why it stopped. Anyway, first up we have is Alan Wake. Alan Wake. This was a game that was anticipated. It's one of the very few Xbox 360 exclusives. Well, it's actually on PC, so it's not really an exclusive, but it's a good game. It really is. It has this unique gameplay twist where, you basically are fighting these psychopaths, but they're like shadows, these dark figures, and you use your flashlight to take them out. It's a really interesting concept. It did get a little bit repetitive towards, towards like the middle and the end, but overall it's a good campaign. The graphics are really good, and I had fun with it. So that is Alan Wake. I don't even think, you know what, I'm not even gonna take him out anymore because that's gonna take a while, but here, I'll zoom in. Bayonetta, I almost said Bayonetta 2. No, Bayonetta, this game is surprisingly awesome. When this first game started, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. It's like a hack and slash kind of combat type of game where you're doing combos. I guess the best way to describe it is like it's Devil May Cry, but it's not sort of as complex, you can say. Where you can't switch between different weapons. It's just like a melee combat game. But let me tell you something. This game is so fast-paced, and I mean, I loved the game. I really did. Like, you feel, when you first started, the game just oozes style, right? And you're like, oh, this is ridiculous. It's a Japanese game, so it's all the cultural, wacky, cool stuff is there, but I enjoyed this game a lot. By the time I was done with it, I was like, wow, I love this game. There's no way after you're done playing this game that you just can't love it. It's just one of those games where you just really enjoy it. It just makes you smile and has a really colorful cast of characters. Just a great game. The first BioShock is an exceptional masterpiece, in my opinion. It's just a phenomenal game. This, again, was one of the first few Xbox 360 exclusives, which was also available on PC. But they later ported it, I think a year later, ported it to the PlayStation 3. So, but amazing, amazing game. Like, seriously, if you haven't played the first BioShock, I feel bad for you, because this game is like a genre defining, like, seriously, like this game, like, top 10 best generation games of this generation. It's just phenomenal. So BioShock 2, this team made Dishonored, which was a much better game. Yeah, BioShock 2 was a good, it improved on some of the mechanics of the first BioShock, but overall I didn't really like it as much. You return to the same city and it didn't really feel scary. The first BioShock was freaking scary. My dog's in the background. I have to let her out, so hold on. But BioShock 2 was, it was good, but it wasn't like phenomenal like the first BioShock. It was just good. So it improved on some of the mechanics, but it just wasn't as scary, wasn't nearly as scary, and, well, that's BioShock 2. BioShock Infinite is the recent game that came out earlier this year. I really enjoyed this game. I did not... Overall, I think this game went for a more action-oriented route than survival horror, as was the first BioShock, and I think that sort of degraded my experience slightly. I overall liked the game. The story is one of those stories where if you're not paying attention, you're gonna, like, be lost. You have to pay attention to the story 24/7. I played this once on the Xbox 360. Some frame rate issues, some graphical, like, the graphics on consoles, they're good, but they're not, like, you know, they're not, like, phenomenal. But on PC, there's some really good detail, and that's actually the platform I do recommend. But overall, BioShock Infinite I thought was great. It just wasn't, I just didn't think it made the impact that the first BioShock made. And it's hard to live up to this game. Like, once you play this game, you'll just be in awe of what you experience, because this game went for a more action-oriented route, and this game was more, you know, survival horror-ish, and, you know, there was some action in here, but it was all about finding out the, you know, learning about the world and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to explain, but I just feel like BioShock Infinite didn't really... It lived up to the hype, but it didn't really surpass what the first BioShock did. I think everyone was expecting BioShock Infinite to save the first-person shooter genre, when in fact it just added a cool mechanic, and it's sort of, you know, a cool mechanic in an interesting world. That's all it did. Brink. This game is complete trash. This game is complete trash. It's made by Bethesda. It's actually, you know, Bethesda Studios is like the publisher for this game, but I blame this game for Bethesda's now quality standards, because I think after this game came out, Bethesda got together and they're like, we can't output a game like this anymore. We need to have standards. And I think that's why Prey 2 got delayed so much, is because their quality standards, they didn't want another Brink to happen. But anyway, it's just, it's awful. The game has 2 separate campaigns, and you might say, okay, well, 2 separate campaigns, but all it is it takes the same levels from both campaigns, but you're fighting on different sides. So it's not really like anything special or new or innovative. It's just a repetitive piece of trash with horrendous graphics and horrendous mechanics too. It's just not a great game at all. Bulletstorm. This game is made by People Can Fly. I think they made Gears of War Judgment. It's a fun first-person shooter. It's enjoyable. It's, you know, it has some comedy in it. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's pretty graphics, really pretty graphics. Overall, I enjoyed my time with it. I didn't think it was, you know, great at all, but it was just a fun, cool popcorn flick type of shooter. Next up is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, one of my favorite Call of Duties ever, and one of my favorite games. Well, yeah, I guess you could say one of my favorite games ever. Everyone cannot deny that Call of Duty 4 was phenomenal, and if this is kind of a funny story. I played Call of Duty 3, and I hated it. I just hated the game whatsoever, and I never wanted to play another Call of Duty again. Call of Duty 4 came out, and everyone started talking like, "Oh, this game's phenomenal! It's amazing! You have to play it. The multiplayer is incredible." And I put the game off for like the longest time because I hated Call of Duty 3. So I finally took a chance with Call of Duty 4, and I was like, "Wow, this game is incredible!" So Call of Duty 4 had an excellent campaign, had excellent multiplayer, it's just an all-around excellent package. And even if you hate the Call of Duty series now, you can't deny that Call of Duty 4 was just a fantastic game. You really can. Call of Duty World at War, I did not like this game at all. I thought it was okay, to be honest. I thought it was like a better version of Call of Duty 3. I didn't enjoy the campaign. I didn't really find the multiplayer nearly as fun as Call of Duty 4, but it was okay. It wasn't phenomenal. It was just okay. So, that's my take. Modern Warfare 2 continued the campaign, and I actually really liked the game. I liked the game a lot. The only problem with this is that I felt that really the problem was the hackers, first of all, because this game was almost unplayable because people just hacked the game online, so people would be lag switching. It was just a horrendous mess online. Overall, I liked the campaign. I had fun with the multiplayer. I thought it was an improvement on base mechanics of Call of Duty 4. So, that's Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty Black Ops is my favorite overall Call of Duty. Has just a phenomenal campaign and amazing multiplayer. I really enjoyed the multiplayer for this one more than any other of these games, any other of the Call of Duty games in the series. But Call of Duty Black Ops was just a phenomenal campaign, phenomenal multiplayer. I just had a lot of fun with that. So Modern Warfare 3 was awful. The campaign wasn't as good as Modern Warfare 2 or the original Modern Warfare. It ended the story, which I like that they ended the story. They didn't just say, "Oh, let's use Modern Warfare 4." Jeez, I'm freaking choking here. Come on. So yeah, I'm glad they. I can't speak. I'm glad that they continued the story, and ended it. But I just didn't think it was nearly as good as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or the original Modern Warfare for that matter. But the multiplayer was boring. Boring multiplayer. Just did not really enjoy it. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I like the campaign for this one. I'm a huge fan of, like, futuristic sci-fi and just cyberpunk type of themes. So in terms of the setting for the single player, I really enjoyed the futuristic setting. The multiplayer was okay. It wasn't nearly as interesting as Black Ops, the original Black Ops, but it was good. It was just okay. The campaign was good. I don't know. It's kind of hard because I feel like the campaign of this game did like a lot. I don't know if I'm still not sure if I liked it more than Black Ops. I'd have to see, but it continued the story, which is good. I like the futuristic themes. The multiplayer was just okay. Call of Juarez, The Cartel. This game is actually, I enjoyed this game. A lot of people didn't seem to enjoy it, but I had fun with the campaign. The story wasn't really, anything special. Graphics weren't anything special. The gameplay wasn't really anything special. But it was just, I enjoyed my time I spent with it. I did play the multiplayer and did some videos, and the multiplayer was actually surprisingly fun. I was surprised. The multiplayer was surprisingly fun, but yeah, it was a cool, just kind of popcorn flick of a game. Child of Eden. This game was a Kinect game that I bought. It's actually, to this day, I still believe the best Kinect game they have. It's an enjoyable game. It's beautiful graphical art style. It's just a really, 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 really fun game. Especially if you're playing with Kinect. You can play this game with the controller, but it isn't nearly as, great. But I enjoyed my time with the game, and yeah, it was the best Kinect game that they have to offer. Not this freaking dog again, I swear to God. Alright, if it keeps it up, I'm gonna have to close the window. I actually might do that in the second video. Dark Sector. this is a boring game. It's a boring game. It's a unique gameplay twist where you have this glaive thing that your character's attached to, and he can throw this glaive, and it can, like, you can solve puzzles with it. It can catch on fire. You can tear people's limbs off. Unique gameplay twist. It just bored the crap out of me, though. I never beat this game. It just bored me too much. I just never went to beat it. But yeah, that's Dark Sector. Dance Central. This is a Kinect game. I got when I did get my first Kinect. It's a game I had fun with, but I'm never gonna play it again. But I did have fun with the game. I really did have fun with the game. So that's that. Dead Island. This game is a piece of trash in my opinion. It's one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. The story is absent. There's like, really, the story's complete trash. You had no idea what the fuck is going on. The game doesn't even really care to explain what the hell is going on. You have characters that aren't really that interesting at all and that are obnoxious. You have graphics which are outdated, and this game uses motion blur up the ass, so everything looks just hideous. And the gameplay is absolutely frustrating. It's just a horrendous game. If you think this game is good, odds are you played it co-op. I played this game single player, and I hated the living crap out of it. It's not that fun. It's awful. It's one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. I've tried going back to it several times to say, okay, maybe I'll give this game a chance, but horrendous piece of crap. And if you disagree with me, you probably played it co-op with someone. Driver San Francisco. Fun game, fun driving game. It has this ridiculous story, but it's kind of, enjoyable because it's like a B-movie storyline, but it's enjoyable because of that. Good graphics. I think the game runs in 60 frames per second, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. I had fun with the game. I just had fun with the game. It was an enjoyable game. I liked the story. It was kind of ridiculous, but I liked it. Duke Nukem Forever. Everyone said this game was a piece of trash. I think this game was just okay. I don't think it was a piece of trash, but I think it was okay. I never played a Duke Nukem game before, so I mean, I don't know how to speak on the character. I already knew going into it that the character was, going to be some wacky kind of, every guy's dream kind of type of person. But yeah, I had fun with it. I didn't think it was awful like everyone else said, but I had fun with it. Fallout 3 was a phenomenal RPG. It was just excellent. I loved the game. I played all the. I had the Game of the Year edition, so I have all the DLC. It's just an amazing game. I had so much fun with this game. I cannot wait till Fallout 4. Huge world with tons of content to do, great graphics, and a great storyline. It's just a overall awesome game. Fallout New Vegas is boring. And I think the reason why is because I'm not into westerns at all. So I think with this game was going for like a western sci-fi theme. I just didn't enjoy it because of that. But it was just okay. I never beat the game. I just got bored of it and I never beat it. But it was not nearly as interesting as Fallout 3. But it was just okay. Fallout New Vegas. Fracture is horrendous. It's a piece of crap. It's one of the worst games I've ever played. It has a unique gameplay mechanic where you can change the surface. You can like raise the ground, lower the ground. You can solve puzzles and go in different areas like that. But this game's so frustrating to play. I'm not kidding you. The last boss fight for this game is 40 minutes long. 40 minutes long, the last boss fight for this game. And if you fuck up once and you die, you have to start from the beginning of the freaking level. You do nothing. There is nothing in this boss fight that you're doing besides laying bullets into the enemy. That's all you're doing. You're dodging these creatures, like these scorpions that can like dig underground and that try to kill you. So you're like dodging enemies, and you're shooting the boss. And I'm not kidding you, it took me 40 minutes to beat this game. Not to beat the game, but to beat the boss. It was awful, frustrating, and I sat there, I'm like, how could you make a game like this? How could you make a game with a 40-minute boss fight? That is ridiculous. Do not play this game. Forza Motorsport 3. This is the first Forza game I played. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought the mechanics were a little bit stiff, too stiff for my taste, but I really did enjoy the game. So it's a good driving simulator. Forza Motorsport 4 was an improvement on all fronts from Forza 3. Excellent graphics, excellent career mode. I've actually gotten significantly far into career mode. I have not beaten the game. I don't think I ever will beat the game because, you know, Forza 5 is coming out already. But I enjoyed my time. I spent a lot of time into this. They improved on the driving mechanics too, so everything wasn't so stiff. This game's phenomenal. It's the best racing simulator game to date, in my opinion. Forza 4. Forza Horizon, when I saw the previews for this game, I was like, what the hell is it? That's not Forza. And I didn't, you know, I don't know, I didn't really have any interest in the game, right? And so I saw this game got marked off like a discounted price, so I'm like, alright, fine, I'll give the game a chance. And I love this game. Amazing graphics, it's an open world game. I did beat the game's story. Not really if you can call it a story, but it's like more of a career mode. Amazing, amazing game. Just excellent driving. It's a cross between, you can have the game control sort of arcadey, or if you want a more simulated experience like the Forza Motorsport series, you can have a more simulated experience. But amazing game. I just had so much fun with this. It's one of the best driving games I've ever played. I liked it better than the Forza Motorsport, you know, simulator series. So I think it's the best Forza game to date. It's just a phenomenal, phenomenal game. Gears of War, the first one, amazing visuals. This is the first game that really pushed what the Xbox 360 can do in terms of visuals. I like the campaign. Didn't play the multiplayer, but I did enjoy the campaign, so it was fun. Gears of War 2 was a good game. They improved on the mechanics, which is really good. I enjoyed the campaign. I enjoyed the multiplayer for that game. Gears of War 3 was the best in the series. I enjoyed the campaign. I enjoyed the multiplayer even more. Overall, I think the Gears series was just good. I never thought it was great. I just thought it was good. So that's the Gears of War series. I only played the multiplayer for 2 and 3, and I enjoyed them, but not really anything I can get heavily into. Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm not done playing, phenomenal game. I don't have to say anymore because everyone knows, you know, Grand Theft Auto is a phenomenal game, but Grand Theft Auto 5, what I can speak on the game now is that I think it has excellent graphics, really pushing this generation's power, and I like the gameplay. The shooting mechanics are iffy. Like, I feel like the shooting mechanics have like this weight system and it's really slow. Max Payne 3's shooting mechanics were really tight and responsive, and Grand Theft Auto 5 did not have that type of shooting mechanics. It was like more your weight carries your gun and stuff like that. So I thought it was just the shooting mechanics were like the only issue with the game, but overall I love this game. I really do. I love this game. So continuing on in the next part.